The Bitcoin halving is happening in 10 days. So you want to make sure you watch this video, save this to rewatch this before it comes, so you really understand what's taking place here. So first off, what's going on? Y'all, it's your boy Playmaker Way with the playbook. If it's your first time on the channel, welcome. I appreciate giving this video a chance. Make sure you hit your bell and sub button because it's about to be your new favorite investment channel. Just to tell you a little bit about myself before we get started, I've been investing and trading for 3 going on 4 years. I started off with crypto and stocks late 2018, early 2019. I rode not only the Bitcoin wave during 2020, 2021 up to the 60K, 65K point, but I also got in early on a lot of coins before they blew up. I was in Litecoins at 30 bucks. I was in Polygon, Solana, Sandbox, all of these before they blew up. I'm talking about I was in these when they were $1 less. And I rolled those up. And then after crypto, as you look at my channel and explore, you see most of my content is day trading, Forex, and indices. That's what I'm doing recently, but I'm still doing crypto. But that's what this channel is about. But I'm changing this into more of an investment channel because what I've noticed throughout the years is all these charts move similarly and they follow the same rules. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So first thing you need to know about Bitcoin halving is happening April 20th, 2024 EST. So for some people, it might be April 19th, depending on what part of the world you're in. The next Bitcoin halving is anticipated to take place around that time, reducing the block reward from 6.25 to 3.125 Bitcoin. This halving period will increase the supply from 164,250 Bitcoin from the original 19,687,500 to 20,671,875, a mere 328,124 Bitcoin from the maximum supply limit of 21 million. So first, I know y'all might not understand what the halving is, so we're going to talk about this a little bit. So as we approach the conclusion of the third epoch, the countdown to the next Bitcoin halving is firmly underway. It's also called the halving, is one of the most important innovative features of Bitcoin. Every 10 minutes, the Bitcoin network issues new Bitcoin approximately every 4 years, 210,000 blocks to be precise. That's why you hear a lot of people talk about they still mine Bitcoin. It used to be super big back in the early 2000s. Where like I used to have my younger brother, I don't know if he still does it, but I know he used to do it when we was in high school. He used to mine Bitcoin. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really understand that, but he called it, he knew about Bitcoin. He used to mine that back in the day. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I first heard about Bitcoin from my younger brother. And then, you know, after I graduated, that's when, you know, I started learning how to make money online, investing stocks and all that. But let's get back to Bitcoin. So right here we have the kind of the history of all the halvings. As we can see, it kind of takes place about every 4 years. 2012, 2016, last one was 2020, and now we're in 2024. So we can see in 2011 going into 2012, it was just $2.54. And then after the halving, that's when all those people got rich, because if it was $2.54 and you bought like 100 shares, and you know, you can do the math. So that's when it went up to a bandy wandy. Then it retraced a little bit. Then the next halving was 4 years later, 2016, where it went to 2,506. But let's go down to the details right here. 2013, we can see here in 2012 when the halving happened, 365 days before the halving, it increased 385%. 365 days after the halving, it increased 8,069%. Then we go to the second halving. 365 days before, it increased 142%. 365 days after, it doubled 284%. So not as extreme as the first one, but you can see a pattern coming here. Then we see the last one that happened in 2020, which was huge. It went up 365 days before, 37%, and then as of after that, 365 days after that, 538%. So you can see each time it happens, and it does a little push right before, and then there's a huge push after. Now, we're not going to go into the percentages. This point is done because I don't really care that much about it. I just care about what we need to do, which y'all should care about as well. So we can see right before the halving that price did in fact shoot up to the upside. But not only did it shoot up to the upside, what we can see here is that we broke the previous higher highs to the left. And if you watch my video on YouTube, I'm probably going to link it. It's going to pop up the left, right, top left, top right of your screen. How to identify trends. That video is going to show you the signs of an uptrend and downtrend continuing, the differences between just the retest and retracement. So we can see here that price broke the highs to the left. So once price usually breaks the highs to the left, especially after a huge pump up like this, it's most likely going to continue the bullish momentum. But we also know that price isn't going to continue to shoot up nonstop or continuously shoot down nonstop. Retracements are a part of the game. As you can see here, this was, oh, look, 2020. We had the same thing happen here. These were the previous higher highs to the left. Price had a huge pump up, broke the highs to the left, did a retracement, but what we can see here is that price didn't break past this level here. It still held this level, and then guess what? Rallied back up. So of course we want Bitcoin to increase, but now we're going to get a little bit more to the technical side of it. So we just had all-time highs get made again. So now let's talk about what we can anticipate. So if it does retrace or drop down after the halving does commence, these are the levels I can see it possibly retracing to, the extremes and on the far side. Now, I do not anticipate it breaking past 13,400. That'd be a little crazy after what it did right now, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. So again, I just want to make this clear. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going to let you know what I see and what I'm personally going to be watching and doing. Now, again, am I saying to take buys right now? No. Am I saying sell your positions right now? No. When you're investing, you need to have a game plan before you even put your money into the markets. That's day trading, that's long-term investing, whatever. You need to know how much, of course. That's why they let you track your stuff to see the increase. So that helps you kind of keep track of what your ultimate goal is going to be. Because it turns to a certain point where you truly are gambling. And I tell my members and students this all the time: trading isn't gambling, you're just gambling. Trading isn't risky, you're just being risky. We're going for high probability, high quality setups, but in this case, we're going with probabilities. So we have to understand what's the probability of price retracing, what's the probability of price continuing to pump up, but we also have to understand that our money's on the line. So if we started with $1,000 and we're up, $1,400, and we see price, we're now at $1,200, you have to make a decision whether you want to take that potential risk to lose that $1,200, go back to break even, or if you want to make $1,200, even if it flies up, just wait for the next retracement, then re-enter, right? You have to make those decisions. So this is what I see right here. So we just broke this support level at 61,720, so we can continue to hold that support, which we kind of see right here. We can see price continue to push up. Now we have this resistance level that got formed the past couple months at 72,390, 72,400. Price is going to need to break that level, hold that support for the bullish momentum and the uptrend to continue. And if we go into a smaller time frame, we can see right here that price is kind of struggling to do that, right? You see how it's continuing to trend as resistance, but we see how it's continuously still treating this as support. So we still have that bullish momentum even on the smaller time frames. So now let's go back onto the weekly, and then on the weekly we can see a lot cleaner pushes up, right? So this could be a nice spot for the higher high to be made. Now let's go back into the monthly, because there are a few things we need to talk about. That's not the monthly. Let's go into the monthly. There we go. So price could potentially, like I said, retrace back down to 61,400, but we have another strong main support level at 47,830 as well as 35,730, right? So again, I really don't anticipate it breaking past 16,200 and especially 14,000 price range, because if it does do that, it's going to be very interesting what happens after that, because again, like we've seen before, it's increased and pushed afterwards. But also, if we're just following the technical side and we see the trend, we're still in the uptrend. Now again, it hasn't retraced as far as the monthly shows us, but if we go into the weekly, we can see some pivots and retracements. But again, it's going to have to retest some levels, because again, it can't just continue to shoot up, it can't just continue to shoot down. The economy will crash in any condition if there was no retracements or pauses or consolidation in the markets. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens this quarter. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, for real. Let me know where y'all into that, what positions. Let me know what y'all are going to be doing before and after the halving. And also make sure to check out the other content, because again, we do a lot more. Make sure to check out my day trading tips, because again, there's multiple different ways to invest. This is long-term investments, right? If you hold this for a couple months, you can make a 10%, 20% gain, right? Maybe 30%, 40%. But if you do day trading, you can make that on a monthly, if not bi-weekly level. So make sure to check those links out in the description, as well as the playlist on this channel. And y'all heard those beeps. Those were my alerts going off, letting me know my trades are doing what they're doing. Again, like I said, we day trade. So let me show you something. This is a trade that we entered last night at 8 o'clock, as you can see right here, Monday, 8 o'clock. And from right now in the middle of New York session at 10:15, we already made 4 times our risk. So again, whatever we risk, we're up 4 times our amount on this trade. So if we risked $100, we're at $400. If we risked $1,000, we're at $4,000, versus us seeing that kind of risk to reward ratio months or weeks on end. We see this on a daily basis depending on the position and setups. You get what I'm saying? So if you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, these are the same levels I use on crypto on all my charts, or interested in similar services, or interested in learning how to day trade, make sure to hit those links in the description. But before you make a decision, let me tell you a little bit about those details. Advanced Play Signal, we trade Tokyo session exclusively with the members. We trade London session and then New York. Just like the Sunday chart analysis I drop in the free signal, I drop one every day during New York session called the New York Price Watch List. This is where I go over the trades we took during Tokyo session, London session, and possible setups going into New York. I don't just say we're looking for buys or looking for sells. I explain why we're looking for buys, why we're looking for sells, and then I take it a step further and go over key price points to look for entries and exits on. As you can see here, I call this signal. You see I'm walking y'all through what's going on with the trades we're in. I'm giving y'all updates to what I talked about in the New York Price Watch List. And then of course you see me showing y'all screenshots to visually show y'all what's going on behind the scenes, or what I see on my end behind the scenes. All right, we also have exclusive live streams that we go live during New York news events at least twice a week. And just like the London session lives, if you missed the live, they're recorded and posted in here so you can watch them when you get a chance. You have access to over 500 videos of daily chart analysis and weekly live streams. And in fact, you have access to even the ones last year in 2022. Then there's also the pinned messages like the account size key, the student and member group chat, and much more. Now I also have the course, of course. The course doesn't just teach you my trading strategy, it also teaches you how to read the charts, because that's what I teach y'all. You saw I had no indicators, no trend lines. It's simply just market flow and trading and entering and exiting off key price levels. Now all the stuff that I just went over, you get access to all that stuff in the course channel. So that way, not only do you have the step-by-step playbook of how to look and read any chart at all times, but you have ongoing chart analysis, ongoing education for life. Now I also have one-on-one sessions. One-on-one sessions also comes with access to the Advanced Play Signal Room and the student member group chat. That way you can earn while you learn, but then you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded an hour long. But you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded and are an hour long, and they're sent to you same day. Those are yours to keep for life. So if you're interested in that, hit those links in the description. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. Also make sure to follow me on there, and TikTok _playmakerway_. I post daily on both pages. And I'll see y'all next time I'm live, or next time I